welcome everyone to our conference call, and thank you all for being here. I apologize firstly for not being able to be consistent in our investor communications in the past, but I assure you that going forward, we'll be quite prompt and consistent in our investor communication. As you are aware that we are a over 40-year-old company, started with engineering construction and have grown leaps and bounds in our core business of engineering construction for infrastructure projects. We are by far the largest company in a highly specialized and niche area of engineering construction, which is hydromechanical equipment. We are one of the largest companies in the world in that space today, having completed numerous projects in the past, both in India and abroad. We have now also, over the last 10 years, grown into two more verticals, which are real estate and infrastructure BOT projects. So we are here to apprise you of the developments in our engineering business and our real estate and our infrastructure BOT projects. In our engineering business, we have had a fabulous run in the past where we've completed several projects. We've had significant revenue, and this being our nearly monopolistic business, has been giving us consistent revenue and great bottom line. We have had a small dip in our order book addition in the last 2 years because of reasons which are very well known to everyone. Policy paralysis at the central government level and largely, outside factors. But we are now looking forward to a very great order book addition going forward. We've already started this year with a good order book addition of 260 crores in just last 6 months, from one in Gujarat and the other one in Assam. And going forward, we bid for a lot of projects in our engineering business, and we hope to add a significant order book within this financial year, which should be good for us to go for the next 3-4 years with a healthy revenue and great bottom line. In our real estate, we have projects which have come under execution already. You're aware that we have a very valuable and attractive land bank across various cities, which has all been gathered over several years in the past, and we have no leverage on those land banks. And what we've started doing from here onwards is we started monetizing all that land bank, and the monetization started off with our land bank in Kota, then in Jaipur, then in Hyderabad, and also now in Bombay. So out of 6 land banks that we have across 6 different cities, we've already started monetization of 4 out of those 6. So you'll see a great revenue contribution starting FY 15 onwards, and then, of course, growing 16, 17, and 18 with a significant addition to our top line as well as bottom line. And then, of course, is our third business vertical, which is BOT infrastructure projects, where we've added one project which has already been commissioned now. We are proud to announce the completion of our first toll road project, which is a 220-kilometer road from Jaipur to Bhilwara State Highway, which we've completed in record time. And the COD is already, which is commissioning date, has already been achieved, and we've already started generating revenues from that also. Going forward, there'll be a second project, which is a small 70-megawatt lignite-based project, pithead project, which is also on a BOT basis, for which we are still trying to achieve financial closure, and execution will happen over the next 3 to 4 years. So that's broadly the outlook on our engineering business, real estate, and infrastructure BOT business. I'll now hand it over to SK Jain, our CFO, to take you through the financial numbers.
Hello, everybody, and good afternoon to all the persons. This company is just 40-year-old company, and in the last 10 years, we have just grown 8 times in year-to-year basis. From 46 crore in 2004-05, we have grown to 400 crore in 2013-14. Barring 13-14, we have shown consistent growth of 20% and 15% year-to-year. From that level, we have grown from 3 crore in 2004-05 to 38 crore in 13-14. So you have seen just consistent growth in the company. And this company is dividend paying consistently in the last 8 years, 20%, 30%, 10%, ever increasing. Barring 2014-15, this last 9 months, we shown a dip in the turnover because of the, just as Vikas told that there was a policy paralysis in the government. Barring that, now the position is increasing because the BJP government has come in power, and we are just very much optimistic of getting good orders in the next 6 months from close to 500 crore rupees. In 13-9-14, we have shown a turnover of 33 crore rupees, and in this quarter, we have shown a turnover of 51 crore rupees. But you will see that the profits are ever increasing. From 21 crore profit in 2013-14, we have shown 27 crore rupees in 9 months. We are just very much aggressive in profits and overall position of the company, and we are poised to grow consistently in the next 2 to 3 years as the government orders are coming in. Now I shift to Siddharth Kusari for more focusing on the company.
Hi, thank you all for joining us. We frequently get emails from investors, especially mutual funds and FIIs, to increase our investor relation activities. So I'm glad we're doing this now. And I also want to take this opportunity to assure all our potential and current shareholders that as a company, we will not only be committed to operational and financial performance, but also now to transparency and clear communication, because it's really our priority to create a long-term shareholder value. Our current order book stands at around 400 crores, and we're aggressively bidding for several tenders to grow the core EPC business. And being a low debt, in fact, virtually debt-free company, and also having a healthy level of cash in our books, we're also looking to grow inorganically by scouting for acquisition opportunities. And whenever we do pull the trigger, we'll do it for a sustainable business that gives us a high return on our investment, and also, most importantly, adds value to the company and its shareholders. So I appreciate your time and patience, and assure you that all investors will be kept in the loop at each stage of the company's progress. And with this, let's open the floor for questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. The first question is from the line of Kunal Lakhani from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. I just had one question actually. Can you help me understand what is the status of your projects, real estate projects in Mumbai?
So what we have done here is, we already had this land paid for, which is a joint venture we had with Mahada. What we've done now is we've signed a joint development agreement with DB Realty, one of their companies called Goregaon Hotel.
Right.
And the structure of that joint venture is that going forward, all the investment will be made by them, and they'll give us a share of the completed area. And as you may have recently noticed, there's been a significant development on that, wherein the Bandra reclamation area has come out of the CRZ zone and has been declared as a bay by the Supreme Court of India.
Right.
And having done that, the developable area there has jumped from what was earlier around 3 to 4 lakh square feet to nearly 12 lakh square feet. So 1.2 million square feet is what will be developed there, and of which Home Metals Infra Projects share will be roughly around 18%. So we expect to get roughly around 250,000 square feet from that project as a free sale area.
Okay, and the balance will be held by DB?
No, so Home Metals Consortium, which is an SPV created by us for this project, which held 100% earlier, has now become a 50% shareholder in the new SPV formed, in the new structure formed with DB Realty. So 50% of it goes to DB Realty, where Reliance Land is also a partner.
Right.
Between them, they distribute 50%, and between us, partners of Home Metals Consortium, we distribute 50% of the area. In the 50% of the area of Home Metals Consortium, Home Metals Infra Projects Limited has 35% share.
Okay.
So the effective area that we get is about 18%.
Yeah, got it.
The remaining out of the remaining 100%, which 35 is us, which is the largest share, and then there are some 5 partners who are local developers and some local partners whom we have taken with 10% stake each. So none of them are related to us. So
okay. Also, what are the status of the approvals here?
So having won this case in the court, we are now hoping to get the plan approval very soon. This is a big breakthrough. We were waiting for this to happen, and now, I think in the next 6 months to 12 months, we'll have the groundbreaking start there. So approvals will be anywhere between 6 to 8 months from now.
So on the approval front, who's leading the way? Will it be
They're the ones who are leading the way. Because they know that it's their core competence and their specialization. Yeah. So as I explained to you earlier, that going forward, we will not have any investment in this. Okay. And they've already paid us an upfront deposit of 50 crores. So, that's a deposit that that's a non-refundable deposit that they've given to us. And going forward, the investment will all be done by them. So as Om Metals, we will not have to invest any further monies on that project. And we'll get a, completed area.
Got it.
And the responsibility of, execution of the project will be theirs.
Absolutely. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 if you would like to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Jitesh Jain from Impex International. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. This is Jitesh here. Sometime back, there was a proposal to demerge the company into various verticals. So what is the status of the same, and can we expect something positive on that pretty soon?
Sorry to interrupt. I take this call.
Sure, sir. You may go ahead.
Hello. We just took the shareholders' approval a few years back for demerging the real estate and infra business altogether. But we also foresee that the infra projects, because of government paralysis and policy paralysis, the order book will be slow. We put that on hold, and we will do the demerger in, I think, next 2 to 3 years. Once this infra and engineering business go ahead, and we get a handsome order book in our company.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to our next question, which is from the line of Giriraj Daga from SKS Capital. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. A couple of questions. First thing on the Bandra project, so you talk about 1.2 million square feet and 87.5% is our share. So the selling responsibility lies with us, or they will be selling and we will be taking the money. So what is the selling arrangement there?
No, we have the right to sell ourselves. We can also use their window to sell by paying them a nominal fee.
Okay. And do we have to pay anything on that, or any regulatory fee from our side?
We have to pay a small fee. We may have to pay a small fee to MHADA, because the way we had taken this project from MHADA was by paying them a premium on the sellable area.
Okay.
Which was earlier around 200,000 square feet, at which we had paid them a 110 crore premium as a consortium.
Okay.
So going forward, since the area has increased, we may have to pay them additional premium, which will be at roughly the same rate of 5,000 rupees a square feet. So that's the only outflow that we may have to incur from our side. But the construction of that will all be done by DB Realty, free of cost for us.
Okay. And second, coming to your Jaipur project, like what is the update on that side?
So Jaipur, we have a development of roughly around 650,000 square feet. The construction is going on at full swing. We have achieved 30-35% completion on the project.
Okay.
The bookings are also very handsome. We've sold nearly 30% of the project. We will start, selling once we've achieved significant completion of the project.
Okay.
So the response is very positive and very encouraging.
Okay. Like I heard there was some litigation also going on. So.
There was a bit of an issue with the state government not allowing us to, build it up to 30 meters height. But that stands as it is for the moment. We've appealed for it against the state government in both the tribunals as well as in the court.
Okay.
And since they can't implement any law on the retrospective basis, therefore we hope to get a positive decision on that. But nevertheless, the construction is still going on. We have not. The construction has not been stopped.
Okay. And what are the rates quoting that side of the area?
We are the most expensive project and most high-end project in that area, and as I told you, that there is no other project which is competing with us because of our location. So we are commanding a premium, in fact. Right now, it's roughly around 9,000-10,000 square feet, and we hope to raise it further very soon once these litigations are all over.
Okay. Have you collected any customer money from that side? Yes,
we have.
How much would it be?
Take on call, roughly 45 crore rupees.
45 crore. Okay. Now coming to your BOT projects, like what is the status in terms of cash flow? What can be the total cash flow coming in FY16 from that? You said the project has started, this 220-kilometer road project. And what is the debt side on that, and how is the status there?
I take the call. This 212-kilometer road project was initially envisaged at 320 crore rupees as a project cost.
Total
that we have took the loan of rupees 200 crore rupees from two banks.
Okay.
Because due to cost escalation and some other ROW and some extra work allotted by PWD, the cost escalated by 56 crore rupees.
Okay.
We took additional loan from banks for this amount. Right now the loan amount is 262 crore rupees.
Okay.
We have already started the toll collection from January itself, and the collection is right now roughly 2 to 2.5 crore rupees per month.
2 to 2.5 crore per month.
But that will go very handsomely high after this. All the ROWs are cleared and all the tolls are started. We are expecting to collect roughly 30 crore rupees or 35 crore rupees per year in next year.
Next 10. But there is a similar run rate, like 2 to 2.5 crore run rate. That
yeah, this is just because some tolls were started and some were not.
Okay. Okay. And last, coming to like EPC business, this year we have seen a drop coming in terms of EPC revenue because of a bit of a concern in the order book. Now, what is the status like? Will we reach again to the normal run rate of about 320-30 crore kind of a revenue on EPC side of the business?
Post second quarter of this coming year, we are hoping that our order book will be in the range of 1,000 crore rupees, and we will again post a turnover of 300 crore rupees from 16 onwards.
Sorry, how much you said? 1,000 crore?
1,000 crore rupees order book in next 1 year.
Next 1 year you plan to reach?
Yeah.
And what with the normal annual revenue recognition, like around
300 crore rupees.
Sorry?
300 crore.
300 crore from that project. Okay. Can you help me with the console debt number and console cash number?
Console cash numbers for March 15, you can note at 330 crore rupees.
Console?
Consolidated 330 crore in March 15.
Okay.
In March 16, it can be again 380 to 390 crore.
You are talking about debt side, right?
No, consolidated top line.
Top line. Oh, no, I'm talking about debt and cash number.
Debt side, right now the debt is 40 crore rupees in the working capital side and 20 crore rupees from term loan. Overall 60 crore is the debt side. This is hardly 1.12 of the net worth.
Sorry?
0.12 of the net worth.
But this is excluding the BOT debt, right?
Yeah, this is only in the metal itself.
The BOT debt is in the SPV.
Okay.
Yeah, that is in SPV.
And what is the other subsidiary debt?
The Jaipur project, we have debt of 36 crore rupees as on today.
Okay, and others?
No, any.
So totally we have about 96 crore of debt other than the SPV debt.
No, 96 includes working capital also. There's working capital limit of working capital utilization of about 40 crores.
No, let me clear again. In the metal itself, the debt is 60 crore rupees.
Okay.
Some loan and cash credit.
Correct.
36 crore again in SPV, which is for Jaipur project.
Okay.
And 260 crore rupees in road project.
Okay. And what is the SPV share in Jaipur project?
100%.
100%. Okay. Thanks a lot for my.
Thank you. A reminder to all our participants, you may press star and 1 if you would like to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Rahul Yadav from Quan India. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is, your return on equity has declined by approximately 41% Q on Q. Could you please elaborate if the decline is due to net profit margin, asset turnover, or impact of leverage?
I take on the call. Not because of leverage, because we have not leveraged our balance sheet in the last 3-4 years much. But yeah, you are right that we have a mixture of heavy engineering plus civil construction in the balance sheet. Till 2012, we are only on engineering side only. But 13 and 14, we have done a massive civil construction also for Kalasin Dam in Rajasthan. So as you know that civil construction doesn't give a same profit level as heavy engineering. So that has resulted in a slower little bit equity return. But we have consistently shown at 15% of that in 13 and 14.
15%, 13, 14. Okay, sir. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Anyone who wish to ask a question may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Sanjay Abraham from Equity Intelligence. Please go ahead.
Hello. In fact, I am Porinju Veliath from Equity Intelligence. I'm a portfolio manager. I have been personally holding OM metals for some time. I used to always been surprised how such a wealthy company with clean balance sheet, always priced in the market at such a low levels. Maybe it could be because of the industry-specific low sentiment kind of things. Mr. Vikas, I really appreciate the management's effort, for the efforts to create value for shareholders and creating wealth. And now it is great. I really appreciate that the way you want to do better communication with the shareholders, and that's really interesting. I think that can make the valuation for this company more rational on the stock markets. One thing I just would like to ask you. Now you mentioned about inorganic growth potential and companies looking at some options. Now the promoters, the management has kept the balance sheet of the company very clean and healthy, unlike most companies in the industry. This is a very appreciable kind of thing you have been doing at tough times. And going forward with this inorganic acquisitions or whatever, how do you feel that the health of the balance sheet be affected?
We are a very conservative, promoter. We are not very aggressive in terms of taking leverage on our books, and we are not very aggressive in terms of going all out and paying very high price for anything that we do. So the inorganic growth opportunity that I'm talking about, we'll be extremely cautious. We will not leverage on our balance sheet. We have always tried to keep a very healthy and absolutely clean balance sheet, and likewise going forward also we'll do that. So the opportunities that we are currently looking at they'll be one a very high growth industry and with a very high profitable margins industry. And the way we'll fund for it is, one is we are sitting on huge cash of roughly around 60-70 crores, which will be used. And the second is, we'll be selling all our non-core assets. We intend to sell our hotel or, some other properties that are not adding any value to the company's core businesses. We'll sell those, and we'll, whatever accrues from those sales, we'll use that for in this acquisition. So there'll be no rather negligible debt that we'll take for the inorganic growth opportunities that we're looking at.
Oh, great. I really appreciate that, Mr. Vikas. And I wish you all the best for taking and leading the company in the next growth orbit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Porinju. I'd just like to add to the fact that you very rightly pointed out that we are an undervalued company right now, with our PE hovering around 7 to 8 levels and with our book value per share being 53. And one of the reasons for this is that we have not pursued our IR activities as much as we plan on doing so. And activities like this Concall is one step towards increasing awareness of our company with investors and even general shareholders. So we are on our way with that. And if other investors and participants in this Concall are wondering about the acquisition, it will be only to strengthen our balance sheet even further. And like Vikas Kothari just said, that we are a conservative company with debt, we will continue that approach. And whenever the acquisition falls through, it will expedite growth instead of weakening the balance sheet.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of JP Mundra. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead.
I'm JP Mundra from Kolkata.
Mundra साहब बोलिए.
नमस्कार जी.
नमस्कार जी.
बस एक तो बहुत बहुत बधाई, आपने ये कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल का ये आयोजन किया, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको. ये बहुत बढ़िया, मतलब एक आपकी तरफ से प्रयास है. तो मैं हिंदी में ले लूँ क्वेश्चन वगैरह? बिल्कुल साहब, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. जरूर. अच्छा, डीबी रियल्टी के साथ में जो अपना जॉइंट वेंचर 12 लाख का है, उसमें अपने को स्लम डेवलपर को भी तो देना पड़ेगा ना कुछ?
उसमें अपने जो ऑब्लिगेशन है अपना, वो अपने को 2 लाख स्क्वायर फीट म्हाडा को देना है.
अच्छा,
तो वो 12 लाख में से 2 लाख कम हो जाएगा.
12 लाख में 2 लाख कम हो जाए तो 10 लाख में से फिर 50% और डीबी और 50% अपने आपका ओ मेटल कंसोर्टियम आ जाएगा. तो आपका अपने 35% ऑफ द 5 लाख का मतलब 1.75 लाख होगा.
हाँ, करेक्ट.
तो
एग्जैक्ट नंबर अभी इसलिए नहीं बता पा रहे हैं हम कि क्योंकि प्लान्स वगैरह बने नहीं है. तो जैसे प्लान्स वगैरह बन जाएंगे और अप्रूवल हो जाएगी तो तब एग्जैक्ट नंबर पता लगेगा कि 1.5 लाख है, 2 लाख है, 2.5 लाख है, क्या है.
नहीं 1.75 तो बिल्टअप एरिया होगा, उसके बाद में अगर अपन सुपर बिल्टअप लोड करें तो सेलेबल एरिया मेरे हिसाब से 2.5 लाख के आसपास आ जाएगा, ऐसे मैं सोचता हूँ।
बिल्कुल जी, बिल्कुल,
क्योंकि वो सुपर बिल्टअप कुछ परसेंट करने से 2.5 लाख आपके सेलेबल आएगा।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आप बिल्कुल सही समझ रहे हैं।
ये तो 60 करोड़ रुपीज अपने को अपफ्रंट प्रीमियम मिला, ये क्या अकाउंट में अपने ले लिए हैं क्या?
हाँ, ये ले लिया जी,
ये गोरेगांव
रियल्टी से ले लिया
अकाउंट में आप अकाउंट फॉर कर लिए?
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
तो ये आपका वो एसपीवी में आया है या डीबी ओ मेटल की बैलेंस शीट में?
एसपीवी में आके ओ मेटल की बैलेंस शीट में भी आ गया है।
आ चुका है क्या ऑलरेडी?
हाँ हाँ।
अच्छा, सर आया मतलब जी प्रोपोर्शनल सर आया, ओनली प्रोपोर्शनल शेयर।
हाँ, मतलब 60 नहीं आया है, 60 का जो प्रोपोर्शनेट शेयर है
आपका 22.5 करोड़ हो जाता है ना, 35%।
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल,
36 22.5 हो जाता है, करीब 22-22.5 करोड़ हो जाता है ना अपना तो।
हाँ हाँ,
उसमें 35% ऑफ द 60 करोड़ आपका आ जाएगा।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हाँ।
तो वो 22.5 करोड़ पे अपने अकाउंट फॉर कर लिए?
हाँ हाँ।
अच्छा, ठीक है। बाकी का तो आप बता ही रहे थे कि ये सैंक्शन वगैरह 6 महीने से 12 महीने के भीतर हो जाएगा। और आपके उधर का सेलिंग प्राइस अपने कितना पकड़ रहे हैं?
अपने मतलब वर्स्ट के सिनेरियो में भी गिरे से गिरे भाव में भी 30,000 रुपए तो आएगा ही यहाँ पे। तो लोकेशन बहुत अच्छी है, सी फ्रंट लोकेशन है, बिल्कुल सी व्यू दिखता है, सीलिंग दिखता है, तो बहुत अच्छी लोकेशन है अपनी।
हाँ, तो करीब 500 करोड़ का नेट आ जाए, क्योंकि कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट तो विल बी बोर्न बाय दैट डीबी रियल्टी डेवलपर के।
हाँ हाँ,
तो अपने तो पूरा नेट ही आ जाएगा।
थोड़ा बहुत आउटफ्लो भी होगा, तो वो माडा को जो प्रीमियम देना पड़ेगा।
हाँ। अच्छा, हैदराबाद का जो अपना महिंद्रा के साथ में जो अस्मिता है, उसका क्या पोजीशन रहा?
वो भी कंस्ट्रक्शन शुरू हो गया है और वो सेल भी महिंद्रा वालों ने चालू कर दी है।
अच्छा,
अपनी भी सेल चालू करने वाले हैं अपने। उसमें भी अपना यही अरेंजमेंट है कि सारा कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट उनको बियर करनी है और अपने को अपना शेयर उसमें 80,000 स्क्वायर फीट के करीब आएगा।
अच्छा, 80,000 है। उसमें वहाँ पर अपना सेलिंग प्राइस क्या?
4 से 4,500 के आसपास, 4.5 मतलब 4 से 5,000, मतलब अपनी किस स्टेज पे अपन सेल करना शुरू करते हैं उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा। तो 4,000 से लेकर 5,000 तक आएगी, तो रफली 4,500 अगर एवरेज पकड़ते हैं तो 80,000 स्क्वायर फीट का 4.5 के हिसाब से आएगा।
4.5 मतलब 32-35 करोड़ पे आ जाएगा क्या?
हाँ।
अच्छा, ये नेशनल हाईवे तो अपना टोल चालू हो गया, आप बता ही रहे थे। 2-2.5 करोड़ का महीने का आ रहा है, तो ये एक अच्छा बात है। ये पैलेसिया का आपने क्या 17 तारीख को सुप्रीम कोर्ट का डेट गिर रहा है क्या?
हाँ।
अच्छा, तो ये फुल एंड फाइनल है? मेरे देखो पढ़ा था आपका इसका कोर्ट का कि भाई ये लास्ट एंड फाइनल है, इसमें अगर आप कर लेंगे ठीक, नहीं तो हम एक्स पार्टी करके शायद आपके फेवर में दे देंगे। क्योंकि वो शायद पिछले हियरिंग में वकील आया नहीं था।
हाँ।
तो उस हिसाब से वो कुछ मैंने उसमें देखा था साइड में।
अभी तक हाई कोर्ट वगैरह सबसे तो हमारे फेवर में ही डिसीजन हुआ है। अब हम लोग चाहते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी एक बार स्टैंप लग जाए तो क्या प्रोजेक्ट में कोई अड़चन नहीं आएगी आगे।
हाँ। फैब्रिकेशन का क्या पोजीशन अपने? इंजीनियरिंग फैब्रिकेशन का ऑर्डर इन हैंड है 1,000 करोड़ के ऊपर?
अभी तो ऑर्डर बुक 400 करोड़ के आसपास है।
एक समय तो अपने 1,000 से 1200-1500 करोड़ का ऑर्डर बुक 2012 में आपका एक इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में स्टेटमेंट था, उसमें था कि भाई 1200।
वो काफी एग्जीक्यूट हो गई है ना लास्ट 2 साल में। तो करीब 300-350 करोड़ रुपए 2013 में एग्जीक्यूट हुई, फिर 14 में एग्जीक्यूट हुई। तो अभी आउटस्टैंडिंग पोर्शन करीब 400 करोड़ के आसपास है।
ओके,
थैंक यू। द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम द लाइन ऑफ संगीता शर्मा फ्रॉम एक्सिस फाइनेंशियल। प्लीज गो अहेड।
Hi, I'm Sangeeta Sharma from Axis Financial. So I had a question. How are your revenue mix split up in terms of respective industries? That is, say, what percentage goes into your auto segment, engineering, and your hydropower, respectively?
I take on the call. Till 2011, we had a mix of real estate and heavy engineering. After that, we got an order of civil construction for Kalsin Dam in Rajasthan. Then order book mixed to real estate, civil construction, and heavy engineering. As per March 15 turnover, you will see a mix of 80-20. 80 is the heavy engineering and 20 is the civil. And going forward, from 16 onward, approximately...
No, in March, like you just said, 80 is the engineering and 20 is the which segment?
Civil construction, yeah.
All right, okay.
And March 16, you can see a figure of 70 from engineering and 30 from real estate.
All right, okay.
Civil we have already completed.
Yeah. And this is regarding your revenue mix that has changed in last 6 months. So what's the management strategy behind that?
We are very much aggressive on taking new orders for heavy engineering work and civil construction of dams. Recently, we have got an order of Gujarat project from Sardar Sarovar Nigam Limited for 230 crore rupees.
All right.
So we are going in the same fashion that whatever good projects come in the way, we will pick up that. But we will not we will not bid for any project which gives us negative margin or low margin, like many other infra companies are doing.
All right. Okay. And one last question I had. This is regarding the proportion, the sales growth you have. Is it due to increase in your volumes or is it value? And what is the outlook for next quarter?
Next quarter, the January to March, it will be same as we posted in December 14. But after next fiscal, like April to June, we will have a mix of mostly from heavy engineering. The civil is complete. Real estate we will book in the consolidation level at the year end. We will see a mix of only heavy engineering from next quarter.
And the growth that has happened, is it in terms of volume or is it in terms of value, like in your last quarter?
Value.
All right. Okay. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please press star and 1 if you would like to ask a question. The next question is from the line of CP Khandelwal. Please go ahead.
सर मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ कि अपनी कंपनी काफी डाइवर्सिफाइड है, काफी अच्छा बुक वैल्यू है, काफी अच्छा अपना प्रॉफिट भी अर्न कर, मगर मैनेजमेंट की साइड से डिविडेंड डिक्लेरेशन काफी कम रहता है, मतलब डिविडेंड में शेयरिंग इन्वेस्टर का काफी कम रहता है.
डिविडेंड हम लोग अभी तक इसलिए मतलब कम देते हुए आ रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारे को इनऑर्गेनिक ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज पे ध्यान दे रहे हैं हम लोग. आपकी कंपनी लीप्स एंड बाउंड्स ग्रो करे, अभी 300 करोड़ पे है, सालों बाद 1000 करोड़ पे पहुंचने के लिए जो पैसा अपन ने इकट्ठा किया हुआ है वो इनऑर्गेनिक ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी कोई एक्विजिशन के लिए यूज करना चाह रहे हैं हम, डिविडेंड आउट करने की बजाय. इसलिए डिविडेंड हम लोग मतलब आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन के बराबर नहीं दे पा रहे हैं.
नहीं, एक्सपेक्टेशन सही है, पर फिर भी कम से कम हर ईयर वाला एवरेज जैसे 10 to 12, 12 to 14, 14 to 16, मतलब उसमें कंटिन्यूस कहीं ग्रोथ नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल फ्लैट है अपना डिविडेंड कंपनी का पिछले लास्ट 10 ईयर से.
बिल्कुल आप सही कह रहे हैं, बट अब इसमें वो मैनेजमेंट ने यही व्यू बना रखा है कि हम लोग ग्रोथ में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, तो वो उसके लिए पैसा कंजर्व करके रखा हुआ है कि
जी सर.
खंडेलवाल जी, कोशिश हमारी ये है कि एक शेयर पे 10 पैसे की जगह आपको 10 साल में 60 रुपए मिले.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू. चलो ओके सर, थैंक यू. हमारी तरफ से बधाई, आपने ये कॉल कन्वर्ट की, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई हमारी तरफ से.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
Okay.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sunil Jataja from Sun Vision Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for taking my question. I have a question regarding your new initiative. You recently changed the objective of your memorandum of association. You added food processing business into the area of activity. Can you throw some light on that?
So what we have been looking at, as I said, newer areas of growth, which should add significantly to our, revenue as well as our profit growth. And, because of Companies Act, we need to take a prior approval from all shareholders for any new business that we are intending to get into. So we have identified food business as a high potential area for us to get into, and we have also identified packaging as an area, high-end packaging, specialized packaging as an area to get into. So we intended to take an prior approval from shareholders before getting into it, both organically and inorganically.
Okay, fine. So there would be a 4 area of activity in the home metal infra, if I'm
there won't be 4 areas. We've taken a approval for 4 areas, but
hydromechanical, real estate, and as of now.
Yeah,
fourth one would be the food,
correct,
right?
Correct.
Okay.
Food and packaging.
Food and packaging. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And regarding this acquisition, just now you spoke about, is this acquisition is going to be in this particular area about the food and packaging?
Correct.
It's going to be in that area, right?
Correct. We are looking at opportunities. We have not decided as yet.
Okay. Can you throw some light? I mean, what is your vision for this in this particular area, and what are particularly which sort of activity you're trying to get into?
So
in food, because it's pretty broad area.
So I can give you an example in terms of newer areas. We're looking at packaging as one of the specialized packaging as one of the areas. We're looking at an organic growth opportunity, both organic and inorganic growth opportunities in that vertical. And whatever business we choose to get into will obviously, be a high growth and will add significantly to our top line and will be double digit in terms of margins.
So you have not identified anything as of now, you want to say? I mean, in terms of product or in terms of...
We are still in the evaluation stage.
Okay.
But hopefully in the next 1 or 2 quarters, we should have something concluded.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mohan Chand. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, this is Mohan Chand here from Bangalore. I'm a shareholder. I just wanted to ask a question regarding the Pondi SEZ. There was a proposal a few years back about the company having a stake, developing a stake in the Pondicherry SEZ. Can you throw some light on that, please?
Pondicherry SEZ was planned by the company a few years ago, but has run into some sort of a litigation with the state government, where the state government was supposed to provide significant, there were condition precedents which the state government was supposed to provide in terms of right of way, in terms of development, and a lot of other obligations that the state government had. And since they were not fulfilled by the state government over last so many years, we have called off that project.
Okay.
As of now, we are running through arbitration proceedings with the state of Pondicherry, where we've given them a huge claim in terms of the, our claims on that project, and we are in litigation with the state of Pondicherry.
Okay, and regarding this Palatia project, you said about 6 lakh square feet, roughly about 600 crores would be the revenue expected from that project?
Yeah, roughly around 650, 700 crores.
And about 500 crores profit?
No, I wish, but we bought the land for roughly around 170 crores.
Okay.
And our construction cost will be roughly around...
100 crores.
Hello, yeah, construction cost roughly about?
200 crores, because we are making it very high end.
Okay, so about 350 crores. So about 350 crores would be the profit realization from that project, approximately.
On the safe side, you can say 200 to 250 crores.
Okay, so roughly about 1,000 crores of profit realization from all your real estate activities in the next 3 to 4 financial years?
Yeah, it's looking so.
Excellent. So we would definitely be expecting a dividend or something of about 60 rupees, like some company like Strides Aircolab or something in the coming 3-4 years from Home Metals.
Rather than paying dividend of 60 rupees, we will give you a price of 600 rupees a share.
600 rupees a share. So definitely 600 rupees a share and 60 rupees a dividend would definitely come true.
We are hoping for that.
For Home Metals in the next 3-4 years, maybe between 2015 and 2018. Thank you so much.
As a valued shareholder, you just wish for the mix of real estate and heavy engineering going together.
Yeah, sure. Heavy engineering, definitely, because that would be like the core business. So we hope, that gives us more.
This is fine of the company, yeah.
Yeah, top line and all the other things put together gives us good bottom line. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Krishnan Iyer. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chairman and others. I'm an individual investor. I've been holding your shares since 2009. I've dialed in from San Francisco. I have 2 questions. One is specific, but I think Mr. Chand picked it up previously. My question is about the Puducherry port. I think you answered it. But for some reason, it's still on your website. And if I may add, I think your website needs some work to do as well. I think, people have moved on, and I think you need to do some work on the website, along with the other actions you're taking in terms of, calling in investors. Thank you very much for that. My second question is it's more general. What is your outlook in terms of hydropower? When you look at India, when you look at India's infrastructure, what is your outlook, and how is OHM going to play a role in the growth story?
Hi, thanks for your questions. So as for your first question regarding the SEZ port being still on the website and our website needing some work, we actually have already given a mandate to the largest website developer company of creating a new website for us, because we need a fresh, good look with all the changes. And this new website will be quite impressive and should be up in actually a month's time or less than that. And for your second question regarding our future goals with our core business, is we are looking to aggressively bid for tenders not just in India but also abroad. We are seeing Africa as a key market because after our visits there, it is very clear to us that it is a lot like a lot of countries there, like Rwanda and Ethiopia, a lot like India's landscape was about 20 years ago. And it is really ripe for infrastructure, progression, and also hydropower. And we'll try to ride that wave as Africa progresses. We've actually already completed one project there in Africa, and it was done in a record time with a very good response from the locals there and from BHEL, who we got the project from. It was the 40 crore project that I'm referring to in the Nyamburongo district next to Republic of Rwanda, which was for the 28 megawatt hydroelectric power. So after this great positive experience, we're looking to bid more aggressively there, and of course other developing places like Nepal and India is always our home market.
So even if you consider India as a market, there's a potential of roughly around 140,000 megawatts, further to what Siddhartha just said. 140,000 megawatts, and of which we've only tapped about 40,000 megawatts. And there's a plan for, another 50,000 megawatts to be developed over the next 5 years, which is only hydropower. Then we are also talking about river linking projects, as you may have read recently. There's a huge potential when it comes to irrigation and when it comes to hydromechanical equipment, even in river linking projects. So what I'm trying to say is that even if one project out of the gigantic schemes of Government of India, of linking the rivers, even if one project takes off, that will add significant potential for our company, both in terms of civil as well as hydromechanical equipment.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Yadav from Quan India. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so the question that I have is, what are your growth aspirations, especially after the new government initiatives to boost the infra sector? So since there has been an increasing noise and competition in the business with new players entering the market, so what is going to be the impact on your business?
We have, in our engineering business, we have broadly two verticals or two divisions, as you may call it. One is our core business, which is our, where we are the largest player in the world and we have the highest qualifications, which is the hydromechanical division. There we have, the competitive scenario there is that it is nearly monopolistic, and there's only one Indian company which is comparable to the qualifications that we have. Even large companies like L&T also don't qualify for bidding for such projects. So we are not worried about competition when it comes to hydromechanical equipment. When it comes to civil works, there are quite a few companies, but we don't bid for projects which are, low margins. Anything which is less than double-digit margins, we don't bid for, and we don't, so we always try and find where our niche is. Typically where projects where civil and hydromechanical are combinedly bid by the government authorities, there, we are the only company which can address both the scope of works. There is no other company which addresses both civil and hydromechanical. So typically companies like HCC, L&T, Patel Engineering have to come to us for hydromechanical equipment. So we'll be one unique company which will offer both the solutions as one company. So we do feel there is significant valuable order book lying ahead of us. Hello.
Yes. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sangeeta Sharma from Axis Financial. Please go ahead.
Hello. This one is for Mr. Vikas. Since you've experienced in the company, just to understand the sector, what are the two things which will take the infra industry to the next level according to you?
Well, one is, a clear focus on development, which this government fortunately already has. I think the biggest drawback for us historically has been, the policy paralysis that the earlier government was plagued with. And, that's one biggest concern that we have, because all the other concerns like, land acquisition or environmental clearance were never an issue for us, even at the beginning, because by the time the project comes to an award, for an award to our company, these things have already been taken care of. They don't award the contract, EPC contract, until land acquisition has been done, until environment clearances have been achieved. So,
yeah, true.
So I think policy paralysis and focus on infrastructure development. I think these are two concerns that we always have, and fortunately we've seen a lot of action on that side from the new government.
All right, and one more question. This is regarding your order book. So what is your order prospect in the hydropower project?
So as I was explaining earlier, the India has the second largest potential in the world after China. And hydro, of course, is the cleanest form of energy after solar and wind. And it's certainly, when it comes to small hydro, it's also cheaper resource, So having such a huge potential, untapped potential, there's a big scope for development here. The earlier NDA government had actually planned 50,000 megawatts of hydropower generation capacity addition, which this government again will, take forward. So even if I am of the opinion that even if they take, let's say, 20% of that also, that will result in a huge capacity addition and huge order inflow for us. Now, this is only India, which is the second largest country in the world in terms of hydro potential. Then, as you may have heard earlier, that we've also worked at several projects overseas. We worked in Vietnam, Nepal, Bhutan, and Africa. So, Africa offers another big potential for us. Africa also collectively offers a huge potential, and we've recently completed the largest hydropower project in Rwanda, and we're also focusing on newer projects in Rwanda, in Ethiopia, in Uganda, in Kenya.
So in terms of those projects, when do you see the realizations coming in?
So we bid for projects there. I think we are at a stage where we are testing the markets, because when it comes to African countries, there's competition also from China, because the Chinese also bring in funding, and they also, bring in money from the government of China. So we are testing the markets there. We've been fortunate in our first experiment at Rwanda, where we recently commissioned the project. Also, the president of Rwanda came and inaugurated the project. It was completed in record time. So, having achieved that success, and the margins are also very healthy, even more than the Indian margins that we have, which are over, 20%. So in the hydromechanical space. So, going forward, we do expect to add some order book within this financial year as well.
Okay, thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yash Agarwal from Crest Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. My question is on this 400 crore outstanding order book. Any sort of blended margin yield that you would like to put, and the time frame for this whole order book to be executed?
Yeah, it will be in next 2 years, because 260 crore order book just we have added in last 2 quarters.
Okay.
So it will be next 2 years, and the margin will not be less than 15% anyhow.
Okay. And one more thing, in Jaipur and Kota, so I believe you have 2 real estate projects. You have one in Hyderabad, one in Mumbai.
Yeah.
One in Jaipur and one in Kota. So this high-end one, where is it that you were speaking about? Jaipur. How many square foot is that?
6,30,000 square feet.
6,30,000. Okay. And when is this, when will this be completed in the next 2 years?
March 16 we are trying to give position, but you can say safe side September 16.
Oh, and any pre-booking has been done on this?
Yeah, we have already booked 30% of this area.
30% of this area. Oh, okay. And the one in, okay, yeah, fine. That's from my side, yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhavya Gandhi from iWealth Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Sir, as you have explained, I'm new to your company. So basically, you have explained that hydromechanical, you are more or less a monopolistic part of it. And you are saying that we can see that 50,000 megawatt of hydropower plant come into the place. So what is the addressable order book to us, roughly per megawatt? How much is for us or something like that?
So, I'm telling you very high-level figures. Typically, in a hydropower project, the cost varies from anywhere between 7 crores to 10 crores per megawatt. And of that, let's say we take it as 10 crores per megawatt. Of that, 50 to 60% is civil construction, and roughly 25 to 30% is electromechanical equipment, which consists of turbines and generators made by BHEL, Alstom. And the remaining 10 to 15% is hydromechanical equipment. So what we address is the civil and hydromechanical. So collectively we address almost about 60 to 70% of the total cost of the project. This is typically in a hydropower project. In an irrigation project, the ratios are different. In an irrigation project, civil is roughly around 50 to 70% of the total cost of the project, and 20 to 30% or 20 to 40% is hydromechanical equipment. The remaining is balance of plant. So in irrigation, our share is almost 70-80%. In hydro, our share is almost 60-70%. That's typically. Now, in terms of development potential, we all know, there's huge irrigation potential in India, both existing as well as because of the new developments that the government is initiating, river linking projects, etc. In terms of hydropower, the market's typically divided between two, small hydro and large hydro. Small hydro, there's a big potential, and large hydro also there's a big potential. So to give you an example, this recent order that we've added is for Sardar Sarovar Canal. Sardar Sarovar Canal runs into thousands of kilometers in the state of Gujarat, Rajasthan, MP also. We have only taken 3 projects at different locations on the canal, which have a potential of 22 megawatts of generation. So this 230 crore order that we received corresponds to roughly around 22 megawatts of hydropower generation, small hydropower generation.
Okay.
So this is just the first of its kind project in the country. And now you can imagine, what is the potential, potential.
And sir, who is the awarding authority?
There's a state government corporation called Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited, SSNNL. Which is a corporation belonging to the government of Gujarat.
Okay. And so out of 400 crore of order book, which you stated 260 to 50 crore is approximately of this Sardar Sarovar.
Yes.
And rest is to real estate or?
No. Rest is hydropower projects and irrigation projects.
Okay. So
hydropower, in fact, most of it is hydropower. We have a project in Nepal, we have a project in MP, we have a project in Assam.
And sir, roughly the hydropower, like for example, the 230 odd crore of Sardar Sarovar. So what percentage would be a civil and what percentage it will be in the same in tandem which you have explained it to me earlier? Or?
In this, of 230 crores, roughly around 60-70 crores is hydromechanical. Some 60 crores, 50-60 crores is electromechanical. And the balance is civil.
Okay.
I'm giving very rough numbers.
Right. And civil, what are the margins?
Civil, if it's a combined bid, so in this consolidated margins, we have roughly around 15 to 20%.
Okay.
Hydromechanical is a monopolistic business, so there we command a very high margin. And then civil is, but fortunately for us, this was a composite bid.
Okay.
Normally, a client takes out 2 kinds of bids. One is a composite bid, and the other one is a separate bid. So if it's a large project, then the client divides the civil and the hydromechanical also. But if it's a small project, the client puts it together as one project.
Okay. And this will be executing in another 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Okay. And sir, in terms of real estate, how you see the market in Jaipur? Because I think that there's some price correction in Jaipur market, or a lot of inventory is piling up in Jaipur. So
Jaipur, like any other city, location is a very, very important thing, and the kind of project. So there's a big inventory, pile up of inventory outside of Jaipur in the outskirts on a road and all. But because in the central part, like how in Lutyens Delhi, in central Delhi, or like how in South Bombay, there's very low inventory of land. So likewise in Jaipur, our project is on Statue Circle, which is the most, and on this Prithvi Raj Road.
Okay.
Which is the most prime location in Jaipur. And there we have nearly 5 acres of land. So it's a very high-end project, and there is no other similar project coming up in Jaipur on such large piece of land. So the response has been very, very encouraging.
Okay.
I mean, we've had, and we have, the project that we have launched is only by invitation, that kind of project. We have not put up even a single billboard, we have not put up any advertisement, and still people have been lining up to take a space in our project.
So how many units are there roughly in 6 lakhs?
Roughly around 130 units.
130 units.
130, 140 units.
Okay. Thank you, sir, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vikas Doshi. He is an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for organizing conference. And please keep this conference call on air with quarter. I have been tracking ASEAN Housing since last 5 years. At that time, 2009, that market cap was 300 crore. And that company has organized every quarter conference call and taken many initiative of investment, investor presentation and all. and right now you can see 3,000 crore market cap. Om Metal is right that type of candidate, and I wish you all best wishes, and please keep on all this good faith on minority shareholder also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ganeshan Babu from Nagal, India. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Myself, I am an investor of the company. I just wanted only one clarification. This 200 to 250 crore, what is expected out of this Malaysia project as a profit from this business? This thing is based on a favorable outcome from the Supreme Court, is it not that? If it is limited to this 15-meter height, then will there be any difference in this projection?
Yeah, if the height is restricted by Supreme Court to 15 meter, then some designs and drawings will be changed of the entire complex. We can hope so. And little bit the revenue generation will be low. It can be 400 to 500 crore rupees. But we are not sure how it will go because the designs has to be got reapproved.
But there is very less likelihood of that happening. I mean, the chances are very, very minimal because we are constructing the project after all approvals and sanctions by the government, by the state government. So, I don't think they can apply. But yeah, I mean, even if the chances are very negligible, we'll have to redesign the project in order to get the maximum FSI within the limited height.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rajiv Desai from India Bulls Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yes, just a small, just on the basically Jaipur project. The kind of units you are going to develop is how is the configuration with it in terms of...
Hello, come again, please.
What will be the size of each unit you will be developing it?
Roughly 3,000 to 500 approximately. Starting from 3,000, ending at 5,000. Average area. Some areas are also 6,000 square feet, but it's between 3,000 to 5,000 average area.
Okay, and so they are independent units?
Yeah, all independent units.
Okay, and so 100 units. But and regarding this, your basically SDL part of Bombay land, just when it's going to be started? Like, just can you brief me on the development of the land?
It can start after 6 to 8 months, as Vikas told earlier. You must have listened to that. Because some approvals are yet on the offering by the government. We are safe side on, we can say that we will start construction in December or November.
Okay. So, and regarding this, your Kota projects, just can you brief me on it?
Kota, we have delivered 2 projects, one in 2007-8 and one in 2013. One big project is also in the pipelines, Om Meadows, where we are building 5 lakh square feet construction.
Okay.
There the cost of land was very minimum at 20 crore rupees, and the construction cost is again not much as 70 to 80 crore rupees.
The forthcoming project, what you are developing in the next 3 years?
Like in Kota, yeah.
Yeah. So
there are 2 small projects also, but I am not quoting those projects because they are very small. But this is Om Meadows is a big project, and will give a revenue of approximately 150 crore to 160 crore in next 2 to 3 years.
And what will be the margins?
Margin will be 30%. All those figures are approximate till we achieve the actual data. All my figures which I have quoted earlier are also very close to
I got it. But have we launched this project, Kota project?
Yeah, we have launched.
How much we have achieved the booking?
Roughly 30%.
And we just started construction work or it's still pending?
We started.
How much has been completed till it?
3 floors.
Pardon?
Out of 10 floors, we have completed 3 floors. 30% has completed.
Okay. So that revenue has been recognized?
Yeah, will be recognized in 2016. On the safe side, because it's 28% or 29%, I don't know exactly. If it is 30%, then we will recognize.
Yeah, you do POCM on threshold of 30%.
Yeah.
Okay. So still did you are not recognized any revenue from it?
And again, only on construction, not land bank.
Yeah, I know, only on the construction. Okay. 30% construction work, so you completed. So that will be recognized in the next 2 quarters.
Correct. And this is again a debt free. We have not taken any debt in this project.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Ajay Bhatia, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
This is regarding the potential of the hydro projects which you said was immense, and you are a monopoly player in that field. So my question is, why is it that the management leaving this potential away, going into some new industry which is not known, just for the sake of getting into a high growth industry? Even hydropower projects, when it picks up, will be a high growth industry, isn't it?
You see, the problem with this industry is that it's very cyclical in the sense that, the year we have great order book, we have great revenue growth, and then there is a dull period. And of course, even within the execution also, what happens is that, typically a project duration is roughly around 3 to 4 years. And so as soon as it is awarded, the first 1.5 year goes into design and engineering, where we don't receive any revenues. Or not significant revenues, and then the next 2.5 years goes into supply, and the last 1 year goes into erection, installation, testing, and commissioning. So the revenue, even if we receive a big order book, is not consistent from a project. It is very cyclical. So 1 year we have a very significant jump, and the next year we may have dull because new project design engineering happens, and procurement happens, and supply doesn't happen. Things like that. So because of the sheer nature of our engineering business being cyclical, that is one reason why we want to get into a high growth industry, which offers a consistency in our revenue and consistency in our growth, and addition to the profits. That's one reason. The other reason is that we, within our engineering business, we don't have a huge potential to deploy capital. Now, as you may be aware, that we are sitting on nearly 60 crores of, liquid funds, which are lying in form of fixed deposits with our banks, not earning, more than interest rate. So this money can, had there been growth opportunities within our engineering business, or rather not growth opportunities, but had there been opportunities to redeploy this money within our engineering business, we would have done it. But our engineering business, we've already got enough capacity to address, our growth plans in our engineering business. So we can't invest this money in our engineering business. And therefore, we need to find avenues to deploy this cash also.
And
so
just to add a point to that is, we also have a large management bandwidth with a lot of capabilities and also competence to perform and excel in other areas where we are diversifying. So to tap that potential of our management and also to tap the potential that the other lucrative markets provide, we feel like it's an appropriate step, and the company's at the right stage having taken this step to diversify, because at this juncture where the budget has, the super budget that they call it, that the BG government has just declared, there is immense growth in India. So it's like I'd like to see the market, all the markets as like a buffet, and you can choose whichever dishes you like, so to say. So we are choosing our favorite dishes, and hopefully we'll be in such a leadership position and a monopolistic position with the new markets as well as we are with the hydromechanical as of today.
We have a fairly netted, closely netted joint family, and we are part of the third generation of the family who are highly qualified. Now, all of us focusing on one business versus all of us focusing on one business individually can lead to a very tremendous growth for our company, So, and we are all well qualified and well experienced now. So what we are looking to do is we are looking to add business verticals within the company so that, each one of us contributes significantly to the revenues and profits of the company going forward.
Yeah, because if you see the history of the markets, investors typically like companies which focus on their core competencies. And if you have created a good core competency in say real estate, if you don't find good opportunity in hydropower, that is where investors will appreciate you putting in money. But something which is totally new to the management, investors, especially when you are out to showcase your company after a long time, this would send out a very negative signal actually.
No, what our take on that is that, one, we are not very aggressive in the sense that we will not go all out and, acquire something which is totally out of context for us. Whatever we will enter into, I can assure you that we would have studied it for at least 3-4 months or 5-6 months, before we enter into it or take any step into it. So we would have done enough due diligence, and we would have, negotiated enough to enter into that field in an inorganic way or in an organic way. And once we enter into it, then that will become that we would have acquired enough competence in that area to enter into it, and then of course we'll grow that also significantly. So at some point in time, when that other vertical, the new vertical, or even for example in the engineering and real estate vertical, the day engineering and real estate verticals become large enough for us to demerge the company, we'll demerge the company. We've already prepared a blueprint in the past. But because the revenues from real estate haven't been significant enough, we have not decided to take that decision. But going forward, if the revenues become significant, then we'll demerge the company. then we'll have two companies with two core competencies.
The ideal way, according to me, is if you want to start another business for a family member, you should be giving out the dividend where you hold, your family probably owns more than 60-70%. If you give out the dividend and start a new business as a separate vertical outside this company, I think the shareholders will probably take it much more positively than the structure which you are currently envisaging.
See, but according to me personally, and I'm giving you a very heart-to-heart answer to that, we don't consider ourselves as different from the company. There are a lot of promoters who take out wealth from the company and reinvest in other businesses which are privately held. But here we want to create wealth for the shareholder and including us. So, be rest assured that whatever business we enter into will add significant value to the shareholders of the company.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhavya Gandhi from iWealth Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Just one more question on the BOT part of it. So you are saying that you are from Jaipur to Bhilwara.
Correct.
So it is on NH8 or it's on a parallel road?
It's state highway.
So state highway. It's not that NH8.
No.
So there is already a road which is there. So the traffic will be comfortable over there?
That is a separate road via Kishangarh.
Okay.
And that is a lengthy road. This road is comparatively smaller, and this goes from 4 or 5 villages.
Okay.
All the grain markets are very much catching area for this road.
So the marble transport is from that road or no?
Marble transport is from that road, the Kishangarh highway. The GVK built that.
Okay.
And this road is for villages like all grain market, grain mandi, adat mandi, and it will be a good catchment for them.
Okay. And you have a contingent liability of somewhere around 400 odd crore.
How much?
400 crore.
This 200 crore for rupees for this road project, and 200 crore is the bank guarantee limits which we've enjoyed.
For the order book which you have.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraints, that was the last question. If you have any further questions, please send an email to research, RESEARCH, research@RIRC.in. I repeat, if you have any further questions, please send an email to research@RIRC.in. Thank you. I would now like to hand the floor over to Mr. S.K. Jain for closing comments. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that we have satisfactorily answered all your questions to the best of our belief and thoughts. Whatever the figures we have quoted is just approximate figures, and they can be achieved 5%, 10% plus minus. But we are pretty sure that we will go ahead with the robust figures in coming years, as we have good plans of diversifying organic growth, inorganic growth. Whatever growth we can see and wherever we can do a value proposition for shareholders, we will do that. As someone recently said that we should not go for the new business in the main company, but I would like to add here that if we will not go for the new businesses in the main company will not go beyond 400 crore, 500 crore turnover. And our potential is with 7 new generation promoters with highly qualified degrees. We can touch a turnover base of 4,000, 5,000 crore rupees in the next 10, 15 years. So just my thought is that we should go in this way only. Some shareholders have suggested other way, we will take on record and we will really value for this. Right now, I will close with this remark and I will put Siddharth will try to end up with his final note.
I thank you all for attending this Concall, and we really hope that it was a great session in terms of providing clarity with the company's present and future goals. And of course, any other questions, we would like to entertain your emails and let you on board for this great journey of growth and profitability, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of O Metals Infra Projects Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.